Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So Cheryl Reeve has absolutely broken the internet inside the Indiana Fever fan base, and I'm here to tell y'all right now, things are getting very interesting. Cheryl Reeve did a press conference yesterday talking about her young superstar, Olivia Miles, and let me just say this. She did not hold back at all. She was speaking with confidence, she was speaking with authority, and honestly, she sounded like a coach that completely understands how to maximize elite talent. Now, one of the biggest conversations we've been having over the last couple of weeks is Stephanie White somehow, someway, getting away from the pick and roll offense. And I still don't understand it. I really don't. Because when you look at the Indiana Fever at their best, what was the number one thing working? The pick and roll. That action between Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark was dangerous. It was elite. It was giving defenses absolute nightmares every single night. That's what made Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark a true double-headed monster, baby. Caitlin Clark's vision combined with Aaliyah Boston's finishing ability made the Fever offense look completely different. So why in the world would you move away from that? Why would you take one of the most effective plays in basketball and just throw it to the side? It honestly makes zero sense to me. Now, did the pick and rolls suddenly come back because fans started calling Stephanie White out? Maybe, because the entire basketball world was questioning why the Fever stopped leaning into the thing that made them successful in the first place. A good coach recognizes greatness and leans into it. A great coach adjusts around their stars instead of forcing stars to adjust around a system that clearly is not working. And when I listened to Cheryl Reeve talk about Olivia Miles, you could hear the difference immediately. Cheryl Reeve wasn't talking about 10 different players. She wasn't throwing random names around. She didn't mention Kelsey Mitchell. She didn't bring up other stars. She focused directly on Olivia Miles, on developing her, on putting her in the best possible situation to succeed, and on understanding exactly what makes her special as a player. That's what stood out to me the most. Now, with that being said, the Minnesota Lynx are sitting at 4-2 right now, and overall, they've been playing some solid basketball. But honestly, Minnesota always seems to find ways to win games. Whether people like Cheryl Reeve or not, one thing you can't deny is that her teams are always competitive. And look at the schedule. They beat the Chicago Sky, they beat the Toronto Tempo, they beat the Wings, and they split games with the Sky. They also beat the Mercury, lost to Atlanta earlier, and today they beat Atlanta again. So overall, they looking pretty decent right now. Now, just like I said before, I'm not the biggest Cheryl Reeve fan in the world, not even close. But when Cheryl Reeve starts dropping bars in these press conferences, you gotta pay attention. So with that being said, let's head on over to YouTube, pull up this press conference, and really break down exactly what Cheryl Reeve had to say.
I'm making roster decisions and stuff yesterday. So what can you say about Alishka and the effort you saw from her from training camp, all through
that's a player that we really enjoyed getting to know. She's a 24-year-old that, just kind of loved the idea of playing in the WNBA, and so, we like what we saw from her in training camp, and, think she's a good player, and we just needed to sort of make a decision on our roster to get us some help where we need it right now. We're playing so thin on the right side of our roster, and it's been a challenge for us.
With the new rules of teams having to roster 12 players, how much time do you get from the league to then?
72 hours.
72 hours.
From the time of the waiver.
From the
time of the waiver.
Speaking of just availability and how is Ola doing, and is that
She's doing well. Yeah, she's doing well.
Can we expect to see her?
I'm gonna let the trainer clear her before I say anything. Or you can check her game notes apparently.
Speaking of that, I wanted to ask, how is Dorka doing?
Dorka's doing great. As is Fee. They're progressing.
Yesterday on Circle Back said with Liv, the pro game really suits her.
Yeah, I think she just has a maturity about her, right? So pick and roll game is obviously a lot of the pro game, but I think even more than that, I think some of the hardest things to teach players when they come into the league is about tempo and pace. So if you look at how she plays with tremendous tempo. She manipulates defenses with a slowdown, a speed up, a burst, and you don't know which one she's doing. She plays with her eyes well. So manipulating defenses is just something that's probably great at any level, but certainly I think it's allowed her to find the immediate success that she has. She's physically ready, and I think those are usually some of the challenges for young players.
Players can improve ball handling, shooting,
Yeah.
that manipulation, that court vision. How do you develop that?
You'll have to ask her. I mean, I think you're born with it. I think it's an instinct. I think you can train different things, but she's got a gift. Like a lot of, generationally skilled players. It's just what you do well. It's what you were gifted with, and perhaps you ask her when she was younger, did she do some kind of training? But she just has great instinct. She's cerebral. I don't know. However she got there, we're glad she did.
Soccer.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what she said. That's what it is. I don't know a lot about soccer. I played soccer, and it didn't do that for me.
Sure, when it comes to getting young teams to gel so quickly,
Yeah.
you've had a lot of experience about that. What stands out about this group and the way they've been able to connect over?
Well, they're not young. I think the first 5, right? They're not exactly young. 4 of the 5 are experienced, and 2 of them, actually 3 of them, really well versed in the Minnesota Lynx, and that's been really helpful. And then you have someone like Coffee, who is just such a great listener, listens to what's needed and does it, and also is a communicator. I think communication is a big part of it. And then you have Liv. So I think our first 5 really have the chemistry, and then the others we're bringing along. For them, it's just familiarity. Now that group is new, right? Not necessarily young, like Tony's not young. But just new, and so that takes a lot of work. And I always think that at the root of all of that is your ability to communicate, whether it's offense or defense. If you're running around not communicating, everything is hard. It doesn't matter what it is, and so the chemistry can be developed faster if that's their mindset. You got to connect with what's happening.
Something you mentioned, I think maybe yesterday, about right now kind of operating the space where your backup bigs are those developmental players. I guess something that I don't know if totally clear is, are those 12 games that they have per spot or per player?
It's 12 games per player,
player.
So they can play 12 games with a team and then go play 12 games for another team. Each team gets a total of 24 games, no more than 12 for a single player. And so we've played 6 games, and we've used 6 games. Which is not sustainable if you look at a 44-game schedule.
With that extra roster spot,
Yeah.
I guess,
And the development spots?
development
Yeah.
spots,
Yeah.
do you view potentially being able to move one of them into that, or are you kind of looking elsewhere around the league?
Moving one of who into the development spots?
Either King or Hoff into a full roster spot, or kind of?
I mean, yeah, it's an option.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's an option, right? Because, simply put, it's not sustainable, like we were saying, because we're using both of those players, or we have, and so we're burning, 2 a game. That's not sustainable, and there is an option to now, move a player there, sign a player from the outside, whatever it is, so that we aren't using 2 a game. And that's.
Now, when you watch Cheryl Reeve speak, you can immediately tell she has confidence in her player. She's not sitting there talking about 10 different people on the roster. She's focused directly on that one player and making sure the media understands exactly how talented Olivia Miles really is. That's what stood out to me the most from Cheryl Reeve speaking to the media yesterday. And honestly, y'all, it's like night and day compared to when Stephanie White talks to the media. I don't know what it is, but every single time Stephanie White addresses Caitlin Clark, something always feels off. There's always confusion, mixed messaging, or comments that just don't sit right with the Indiana Fever fan base. maybe Stephanie White needs to sit down, grab some coffee with Cheryl Reeve, and figure out these media skills a little bit. Because Cheryl Reeve sounds confident, clear, and direct when talking about her stars. Meanwhile, Stephanie White has been coaching for years, but sometimes she still comes across like a rookie in these press conferences. And then when you add the whole pick and roll conversation into this situation, fans are definitely paying attention even more now. But I want to know your thoughts down in the comments section. What do y'all think about Cheryl Reeve, Stephanie White, Caitlin Clark, and the pick and roll situation? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more updates.